When they say one video can change your life, they're not kidding. This is the story of how I got monetized on YouTube and how the YouTube algorithm now pushes my Bitcoin videos out to a wider audience. I can share what I'm passionate about with them. It's honestly amazing, and it's honestly changed my life, but there's one person that's not happy, and I gotta explain. Why owning 0.21 Bitcoin is a big deal.
Talk about why 0.21 Bitcoin
have to get to 0.21 Bitcoin.
0.21 is kind of this like goal that I have in my head. Owning 0.21 Bitcoin is a big deal. There's only 21 million.
Is there 0.21 Bitcoin?
0.21 Bitcoin is a great goal for a lot of people to hit.
All right, look, let me explain. So I've wanted to make Bitcoin videos forever. Everyone that knows that about me knows that that's my favorite thing to talk about, both in person and on the internet, right? And so, but every single swing that I would take on this channel about making Bitcoin talking head videos went nowhere forever. They would just go nowhere, okay? That's where the Sunrun videos came from. Again, people that have been subscribed to the channel, Sunrun solar review is ranked on Google, it's ranked on YouTube. That's the only thing that ever gave any sort of rise to the channel, right? And so as I was taking a lot of Bitcoin, I was taking a lot of YouTube like advice seriously about you start with search traffic and then eventually you switch over to browse traffic, right? But every swing I would take at switching over to browse traffic didn't hit until this 0.21 video took off. The 0.21 video finally took off, finally got pushed to the homepage, finally got some browse traffic in there, right? And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to double down on that title, make it again. And that's what I did. I made it again and it finally hit. And what's funny, and this is what I learned from the Altcoin Daily guys. So I met them back in the day. I was leading a Bitcoin meetup in Anaheim for a long time. They were super nice to talk about it on the channel, help drive traffic there. And then the first time I was on also, I talked about a very small taco stand in Rialto, California that started taking Bitcoin, and 3 people showed up from their meetup. Deep in the Inland Empire, Rialto, on a Thursday night, 3 people showed up, and that's how I knew their channel had a ton of engagement. And so I've been very thankful to kind of the way they've been helping build the Bitcoin scene in Southern California ever since then. And when my video took off, I was able to kind of actually get some real YouTube advice from them and be like, hey, I'm getting a little bit of browse traffic now. I'm switching over from just the search solar stuff in general. This looks like it has legs. And that's when they said that what's going to happen is other YouTubers are going to copy the title now. Once it's taking off, and you can see it when you switch to the popular, when you go to the channel and you look at by popular, it's sorted to the top. You can do that to other channels, and other channels see titles that are rising and they make their own versions of that same title. So that's the reason why you're seeing 0.21, 0.21, 0.21 all across the place. That's where that's coming from. And, you know, it's just fortunate to have that one hit. And it sounds cheesy, but it truly did like change my life and change this channel, because now we can get pushed to the browse screen and talk about Bitcoin. Again, just as a regular guy talking about Bitcoin, but being pushed to the home screen, pushed to the browse tab now. Look, speaking of monetization, YouTube pays me in Bitcoin with the help of Fold app. You can direct deposit your paycheck from anywhere to Bitcoin direct with Fold app. Use the link right here. Look, and I've been trying to talk about Bitcoin on YouTube, both personally on this channel and professionally in like Bitcoin vlogs and Bitcoin education content for a long time. And it takes a lot of years to get to the point where you can package the videos well with the titles and thumbnails. You can look at these choice videos. The content was really, really good. And that's not even just it's a little bit me patting myself on the back, but the content was there and it wasn't packaged. The titles were not good. And so that's a difference now. If you could do me a favor, just hit the like button. It's completely free, completely free. Hit the like button and hit subscribe while you're down there also. All right, here's the T. Is that a thing? Do only girls say that? The T, is that I feel like, but can you see this thumbnail? I've never had an actual hater video before. Like I don't know how to feel about this. It's never actually happened to me. Like, look, this is my friend Sam. So again, in this whole 0.21 story, Sam noticed that my 0.21 video was ranking and like taking off. And he's like DMing me on Twitter, like, dude, I'm gonna make a video about this right now. Like, are you fine with me like taking and again, it's all free use. There's no like copying or stealing or whatever. It's just people recognize that it's a title that's taking off and you like are clicking on it and watching it. And so other YouTubers are trying to take advantage of that. And so I went on Sam's channel also as it was taking off, but apparently this person is frustrated that the 0.21 title was taking off, because there's 4 thumbnails now of people using it. And I've never watched this video yet. We're clicking on it live right now and doing a live reaction. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Owning 0.21 Bitcoin, shill exit strategy. Let's see.
The shills want you to have 0.21 Bitcoin. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
I might have to retake it a few times, but
Take your time.
You've been on YouTube these past couple, maybe year, half a year, maybe starting around February when it started going up. You will see these YouTube videos talking about you need to hold 0.21 Bitcoin right now, and it's that, and it's the altcoin low market cap gems.
Nope,
whatever.
wasn't that. Not me. Not me.
Like, people want you to have this much Bitcoin for a reason.
That's true.
Not
You
for
can
your own
see
good.
per address.
I will already say I do have some Bitcoin.
That's good.
and
Perfect.
I think Bitcoin is good.
I do too.
I'm not telling you to buy it or to sell it. But
Is that what I sound like?
the reason people want you to hold 0.21 Bitcoin
Yes.
is because they will use this information in a coordinated effort to dump on people.
No.
And that's when they know to get out of the market.
That's actually
So
not
the 0.21
exactly.
Bitcoin, this number they said.
Okay,
last
here we go.
cycle,
I have
you'll
to
see
pause
people
this. I have to
talk
pause this. About dumping on the market, okay? That's not, when you watch the video, I use the word influence a lot. And I'm talking about fiat money versus Bitcoin and why holding Bitcoin is better than fiat money, right? And the concept of like, oh, you should buy Bitcoin so that I can, like, the Bitcoin holders can dump on you or whatever, is actually that's not a thing. That's not how Bitcoiners talk at all, because Bitcoiners prefer Bitcoin over fiat. There is no dumping. Like, there's nothing to quote unquote dump back to. There's no exit. Go on.
I believe it's 0.128 Bitcoin. Why you need to hold that much? The whales, the people who hold way more than that much Bitcoin, are asking you to get that much because they've done the moon math.
Okay, I'm a little bit lost. I've never heard of this before. But what I want to take this back to is we talked about the 0.21 took off because that's the way YouTube titles work, right? Like, YouTube titles work like that. They get copied through other channels because a lot of people are clicking on them. The reason why I think a lot of people are clicking on them is because, as I talk about in my videos, I've been watching content about Bitcoin on YouTube for 10 years. I love talking about Bitcoin on YouTube, okay? And the thing that can help you is when you start to shift from thinking about only the exchange rate and only how many dollars of Bitcoin you own into how much Bitcoin, the actual units you hold. When you have goals about Bitcoin tied to the actual Bitcoin units, that's what helps you to think about Bitcoin as a completely separate network than fiat money. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. The amount of Bitcoin you hold has no impact on me. That is not, or on Bitcoiners in general. That's not what it's about. It's about relaying that Bitcoin as a network is better than fiat money, the network. That's what it's about. Let's keep going here. Let's see.
This is information for them. When they see certain amounts of people hold this much Bitcoin in a wallet, they know that's a signal to exit the market.
I'm not going to exit this market. Like, Bitcoin is better money than fiat. I'm not exiting. I've exited from fiat to Bitcoin. There's no going back. And a lot of Bitcoiners will tell you that. Like, that is the thing. That's the mindset difference. It's not like other markets. Like, I just shot the one of like, why Bitcoin rich is different. The reason why it's different is because the Bitcoin network is a positive for humanity.
And these videos about telling you about 0.21 Bitcoin, they all kind of go the same. It's just someone talking to the camera like this, maybe sharing a few analogies or anecdotes.
That's true. Talking to the camera.
Talking about the financial system, technical analysis of the actual chart, or like supply and demand, other like indicators. But really, they're just trying to show you on the Bitcoin narrative. It's just kind of an info dump of all this information to kind of convince you to hold this amount of Bitcoin. And once they see enough people hold this much, they dump on you, right? So
that's not true, okay? Okay, here we go. That's exactly what is great about Bitcoin, is that it's not player versus player. It's not player versus player. Okay, meme coins is player versus player. Like, meme coins is gambling and you're trying to ride waves and then exit, right? Bitcoin is not that. Bitcoin is a better way of doing money. The monetary policy of Bitcoin as a financial network is better than the monetary policy of the fiat financial network. Okay. So look, the person posting the video makes some decent points if they're talking about cryptocurrency or altcoins as a whole, right? But that's what's so beautiful about Bitcoin is that it's separate from that. Everyone that holds 0.21 Bitcoin is most likely their brain has already shifted over to preferring Bitcoin over fiat money, or they're on their way to doing that. If you're on this video right now, if you're on the other videos on my channel, that's why I like talking about Bitcoin as being better than fiat money and not a way to make more fiat money, right? Because there's not enough to make a channel about on that. If this was just about investing, if this was just another here's my 4 top stocks to pick or whatever, right? And those do good on YouTube, but that's not what this is about for me. For me, it's the combination of the social movement of Bitcoin being better than fiat and the personal finance kind of concept of, again, fiat structurally devalues, and now Bitcoin offers an alternative. And so, that was the genuine reaction to the video. I had not clicked on it until, I'm talking to you right now. Yeah, so here's the thing. There's no exit. I'm not exiting for Bitcoin. People that have switched from fiat money to Bitcoin don't want to exit. That is the exit. So you don't have to be afraid of dumping, because that's not how it works. I genuinely want you to be a part of the Bitcoin network and experience the improvement to your life that it's brought to my life. And the other thing is there's no alternative. The fiat money system functionally is not positive. So I wouldn't even go back to that if I wanted to, because I don't, because it's not positive. So I've said it 14 different ways. That's what happens on YouTube, is that when a title takes off, everyone copies it. And that's the story of where 0.21 Bitcoin came from. Go ahead and watch this next one.